Hey, Crown Content public followers, supporters, and good world content publishing YouTube channel for publishing and marketing. Neat. Now I know that I had scheduled this stream for about an hour or so early. But if you're familiar with my channel, sometimes I'm always. It seems like I never miss it. I'm fashionably late. Okay. Which is why I'm really it's a scheduled interview one with another author. I don't like to plan, which we're talking about today, because some of these tips I'm gonna give for beginner content creators work for let me say that that's a great thing to say at the beginning of the stream. Now, we're not saying everything I'm gonna name is exactly how you should do it or exactly the tips you should take, because some of these, of course, content calendar was going to be one of my tips today, like a whole schedule for how often you plan to interact, right, with your followers as an influencer and things like this. Now the calendar is never bad. Like the scheduling of content, especially, if your goal is to straight out coming out, be persistent, straight out coming out, you know what I'm saying, be known. Like, let's talk about the Breakfast Club real quick. I don't know, they're one of my favorite morning talk shows. I'm sure they had a whole there was a planning, that's what I'm saying, there was a whole round table talk one day about not only the type of content that they would be bringing to the public. There was a discussion one day about how their setup was going to look, what they would be talking about, what time. We noticed they call it the Breakfast Club. They could have been a nightly podcast show if they wanted to be. So I'm starting this way for a reason, get you guys in the energy, in the space, the head space, and on the level of what I'm about to be going into today. So if you know a beginning content creator, you've been thinking about going into content creation, there's just some facts I want to share with you today. Uh, like how millions of others are already doing content creation on the side, whether it's helping to plan and organize somebody else's content or just straight out simply, you know what I'm saying, sharing their own. Like us over here at Crown Publishing Content, though, we do both. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see too many podcasts out here. It's like, yeah, we're doing what we're doing, but we want to show somebody how to do it in case they're interested. They say the best leaders only inspire the future leaders. I shouldn't want to be a leader if I'm not expectant of at least one of my followers growing and going further than me. But we talked about that already on a leadership leadership versus, I forgot what the name of that was, but I do encourage my new subscribers, uh new coming subscribers, right, and even some of my followers that's been around the past year, go back and really truly listen to some of my videos, because like the vision or the point of me making a lot of videos, I saw, I don't know if it was just, kind of more illuminated through the after effects of a pandemic and through the pandemic. But yeah, business, not every business, but you had a lot of businesses owners just really, to me, because that's where it starts. That's great that we were able to get the shipping and cargo on the waters and everything fixed to where, and the truck drivers driving again, to where business can function the way it does a little bit. But I'm just that weirdo and on the globe that said, now character matters too, and I will use my little bitty platform to continue to preach this. Because even if your business is not hurting, you might be hurting the customers, clients, followers, whoever else, not living in your integrity, not walking in your light, trying to do dirty business affairs. I don't know, it's crazy. So it is something to bring up on this topic, because if you're a beginner content creator, you got to know what you're about to be stepping into. You got to know what comes with this work. And if you're not built for this work, like I said it on another stream, right? In the new era of tech, yes, more jobs have been created. That's beautiful. In the new era of tech, people, every new invention, every what is it called, like evolution that's ever happened, you always had those in the background, like, okay, evolution is not beautiful to everybody. Apparently you always got somebody trying to scam the evolution, trying to copy, or I don't know, sometimes downright stop it. And content creators, before anybody else can tell you about this, how many business pages they have had to take down and re-put up over how people act in the new tech era, right? Or because of how tech has allowed, you know what I'm saying, some of even the dirtiest people in the world to have access to people they shouldn't even have access to. Now, most businesses, we don't discriminate who our customers are, what our clients. I said most, right? Like, we feel like, well, if we sell t-shirts, anybody can come in here and buy a t-shirt, but it never fails. There's always going to be one. He didn't come there, she didn't come there for a t-shirt. They're there to see what you got going, spy on your business. Y'all know how this goes. Content creators, beginning content creators, future or potential content creators, you must know this. Why jump off into this type of work and not be aware? I'm not going to let it happen on my watch. This is one podcast uh, that's about to cover a segment like this. And yes, I've done like my other segments when it comes to the significance and importance of cybersecurity, keeping up with our lives when we are content creators, just as much in the tech world, in the digital world, as we would in everyday walking life. So that's just something I wanted to say. Like, everyday walking life, there's always somebody, y'all, that I don't know, they got to be against what everybody else doing. And we have to be very careful with how. So this is not to instill fear in anybody or say, well, I don't want to be a content creator. No, 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 no. You just would want to know what comes with this work, just like with any other job. Now let's get to the good stuff, y'all, because the fact remains that one of the number one money making hustles on the globe today, since the new era of technology, is simply content creation. You know, you got companies like job connection platforms like Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, who also post content creation type positions all the time. So I just named three, but I'm trying to inspire somebody out here to go do their research, or or inspire them just with some tips and things they might not have known. So content creation is not you just, that's not your only option. If you say, you know what, I need some more remote, I need something that allows me to be more flexible, something I can do on the road or while I'm traveling or on the side while I got this job. Or you go work for a company who might need your help creating their content. Like I said, there's businesses already out here. I'm one of them. And then I'm not gonna lie, I have had people get with me on the side about maybe helping to brush up my content, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what those businesses are for. Okay. But like I said, it's companies like Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, Indeed that literally list content creation jobs every day. And that fact cannot be disputed. Okay. But some are a little more, you might be one of those which there's nothing wrong with. Because let's go back to talking about the most recent Great Resignation, right? Did anybody stop and wonder, like, okay, number one, how many have returned to work since then? Number two, what did these people, if they didn't return to work, what are they out here doing? Yeah, well, some found better jobs. Some found remote jobs. Some finally were accepted felt like they found a company that knows their value and pays them their worth. And a lot of them, to be honest with you guys, just went and did their research when it came to content creation and began helping other businesses with their content management, marketing affiliation. But we're not talking about that today. I might do a whole separate stream on affiliate marketing and stuff though too, for anybody that want to learn more about how people out here making an income with that. We talked about blogging. We've talked about creating headlines that are a little more sufficient for articles, because that's just something we complain about in the new era. We'd be like, clickbait, clickbait. We'll say that in a minute. Nobody likes clickbait. Nobody likes reading a headline and the stream, the video, or the article had nothing to do with your title, right? It's just wasting a lot of people's time. Either way, guys, when y'all become clickbaiters, when you become that for too long, you're still helping to contribute to the platforms that you're clickbaiting on. So that's fine. Y'all get in the comments and be like, oh, this is clickbait. This had nothing to do with, how y'all do it on Facebook and everything. But like, you just commenting, you responding, you speaking on their, you speaking on that blogger's article is paying them. This is just a fact. But you got somebody still out here today, I know we do, probably would like to get more into the content creation business, but they don't know where to start. That's who this stream is for today. Good morning out there, world. Good morning. Yeah, so like I was saying, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. We do informational streams that can help anybody. Well, mostly the entrepreneurs in our sector. These are more healthier conversations for us, because you got a lot of people that have already made their mind up like that life is just greater for them as an entrepreneur. They've been down the avenues, road of trying to work with people, of trying to work for other companies, and it didn't work out. And some of these people, this was before the pandemic. So Crown Content Publications, our channel, commends you today. What do you do for work as an entrepreneur? And if you didn't know, we host segments here to promote entrepreneurs. That's how real this is. Like, you don't get to sit back and say, oh, well, that's an entrepreneur here, they making their money. Like, are we living in a weird time or what? I mean, because maybe I should go back and do another entrepreneur segment. Okay? Because, yeah, like the life of an entrepreneur is going to look much different anyway. Just because you're a little more secure, because y'all going to stop that stepping on and lack of support and all this of somebody who worked for themselves. Clearly, they're not tripping. They've already accepted at a level that they don't care who doesn't want to work with them, baby. That's why they're an entrepreneur. If you're not around to spend money, support, share, help an entrepreneur, why do y'all be in their business? I don't know. But it's very prevalent in the world today. That's why outside of for business, that's the only reason I put a lot of my social media personally accounts back up out there. Like, for real. Like, the new tech era has there's pros and cons, and we want to make sure that we know both sides before we decide to go into work like content creation. So back to what I was saying, Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, Indeed are always looking for people, or they have jobs that they post all the time relating to content management. All right. I'm trying to see where I want to start with this. Let's start with a few facts, right? Through my research, out of all the social media platforms out there, well, yeah, y'all already know, like, OnlyFans is one of the biggest paying platforms when people decide to create content and put it on there. Me personally, though, I've never had an OnlyFans account. I'm never on there. Like, it don't get that serious with me, but I do respect the hustle of the people that's on there. I respect the hustle of those that y'all heard Black China's story. I think she made some of the biggest money out here. That's another thing. Most celebs are even getting with the new tech era. They have OnlyFans pages. Uh, what was I gonna say? They create content, most definitely. They have Instagrams and everything. you know, the tech era has allowed us to even feel like we get a more personalized experience with our favorite celebs. Because they have Instagram accounts and different stuff like this. I'm sure they all have handlers and things like that, but it's beautiful to know that technology keeps us connected this deep. So I was saying how content creation platforms like OnlyFans, TikTok, and YouTube are amongst the top three that pay more than any other platform. For example, TikTokers and content creators who manage to make it to at least 100,000 followers or more can see their income increase anywhere from $200 to $1,000 a month. So that's a fact for you. And then on YouTube, we're just talking the big money facts. Like I could really get into details about how many followers and how much each level of followers pay you, but I'm not gonna do that. Hopefully, I inspire you guys to go do your research though. On YouTube, if you manage to get at least 1 million plus subscribers, you can find yourself with a side income of $1,000 or $5,000 a month. Okay. And then if you do things like because a lot of them do on TikTok, OnlyFans, and YouTube, eventually you get to the level or you begin to see, man, I can make more money if I partner. Whether partnering is with another influencer, another social media influencer, another digital business, or another brand to sponsor their content. This is what's happening today. So that I put out there for a reason, but I'm gonna come back and touch on it and why it's important to know it in a minute. Google Ads as well. They have they call it AdSense for those that are interested in going to do the research. ADSENSE. Okay. So AdSense allows you to be able to, like I say, have those guys post their ad. It's different ways to get paid once you not only begin to content create and get your followers up, the ads or affiliate marketing you're willing to do or partnering with brands could also, like I said, increase your income, revenue, and stuff like that when it comes to content creation in the new era. So I'm talking the good stuff right now. Hopefully it stay good. But like I started the segment saying, there could be cons to this type of work if you don't do your research. And that's with anything. If you're a beginner, if you don't do your research about what you're getting into, you can end up going through things that you didn't really have to go through, So I feel like these segments are important. So let's talk about like some tips real quick. If you are thinking about becoming a content creator or rebranding the content you already got, or starting a new audience somewhere, right? Right? You could have 4 or 5 already. Like this segment could help anybody. Number 1 on my list, though, y'all. Oh, hold on. This was another fact, real quick. I was talking about how it's like one of the number 1 hustles in the world right now. Legal, might I add, hustles in the world right now. And people cover content about like anything: electronics, mechanics, fashion, hair and cosmetics, barbership, recipes. Okay. Some are even catching on to like they record their whole family's lives every day, or these like moments in their lives every day, and something like that is paying them. What did we talk about? $1,000 or $5,000 a month. This ain't even what you make it work it. Okay. So we don't blame them. I just totally respect those. Oh yeah, y'all know that's a big one, a popular one in today is comedy. Either way, content creation is content creation. Why wouldn't we use the benefit of new age tech to pay us if people are already doing it? It's just a question. All right. It's one of the number 1 hustles in the world. Why? Probably because There's no age limit to content creation. Of course, there's probably things that are inappropriate and not appropriate, when it comes to kids on there, younger people, which is a big talk and topic today. A lot of people feel like young people shouldn't be on there at all. But then you have parents and guardians who have no problem with it. Neither does these social media platforms. If the parent is creating a profile and the child is any age and want to get on there and do dance routines, makeup routines, look at Kim Kardashian's daughter. The new age tech era allows them to do that and make money. They can brand their whole child's content before the child is grown. That's what new age tech has allowed and made possible for us today. You can be any age, any background. You can be from any location. To become a social media influencer, to become a content creator. You got kids out here with more vision than a lot of adults. I don't know. It's just a new time. And I guess they're like that. Like, let's talk about an example with the kids. They might do fashion or gaming. I got a daughter right now. She would love to more stream herself playing a game. She asks me all the time, Mom, when can I get on here and really show my, and she showed me. I ain't gonna say her age, but she ain't 10 yet. She sat here and showed me how she knows how to like record herself playing the game through the screen and how she knows how to upload it. And she knows about the algorithms of YouTube. She really feels like, she can monetize her channel. And truth be told, behind the scenes, who did y'all think inspired me to start this one? But that's another conversation for another day. My children showed me more about how to work a lot of this stuff. I'm not here to shame nobody or making them feel like what they do is not great. No, I'm one of the humblest, knowing that it was my children who encouraged me to start a TikTok to begin with. And, maybe more promote my work on there. I love those girls. I always will. They told me stuff like that when I had no adult to inspire me. So boom, back to what I was talking about. And they will have channels coming, as a matter of fact. We got music gurus in the household, gaming gurus in the household, and then I have like a whole fashionista in here too. And I don't know what the baby gonna be doing, but I've been thinking about starting her fashion channel. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're just turning back up. Nothing slowed down. I mean, might have slowed down a little bit. Ain't nothing stopped over here. If anything, we're growing. We're gonna get better. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? And like I said at the beginning of the stream, the best leaders create leaders. And that's starting with my kids first. That I wouldn't be pressed. I wouldn't be intimidated. I wouldn't be jealous of my children, even maybe going further with content creation than I was able to go. That's the point of a great leader. You go further than me. Other than that, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so anyways, number one, when it comes to my tips to share with y'all today, in case you might be thinking about creating content yourself, or like I said, or starting up some new somewhere, right? Influencing people however you want to influence them. All right. Hopefully for positive, of course. That's not what I meant by it. But yeah, for sure. Influencing people with content that you vision. You first want to find your voice. Find your voice. Oh my God. It sounds like such a little bitty tip. Let's talk about that for a second. Outside of, other jobs and stuff, they might do personality tests and interviews before you get the job. But something like content creation, entrepreneurship, you creating what you would like to see, you're definitely, number one, better know yourself. Know your personality, because what's going to separate your podcast, your social media following, your content from others, right? We just talked about how there's millions of bloggers, content creators, and social media influencers out here. So that's going to be number one on my list, if I encourage and give tips about starting your own platform, right? Of any kind when it comes to content creation, right? A lot of people are simply taking their skills, their knowledge, their experiences, and bringing them to the digital world. It's already happening. And the benefit of them doing that, they are now teachers. They're teachers on how to change a tire to more of a global audience. They've been changing tires for 20 years. All they did is say, you know what? I'm going to do a how-to video on how to change tires. And then the next day, how to properly clean your car, how to properly change your gas tank, right? Or clean it out. You got mechanics out here already doing it. They're taking their life experiences, skills, and things like that, just bringing them to the forefront when you choose to bring it to the internet, right? Just for somebody that's never heard anybody put it this way. Because let's talk. Before we had access to platforms like YouTube and Instagram, where we can do videos and reels, and TikTok, what did we have when it came to content? We just had the content that was laid before us. Let me give y'all a few examples. Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake, Maury, Oprah. We never complained about it. But see, even in their shoes as influencers at this time, TV voices, they definitely knew their personalities before they got on TV. What do y'all think about that? Because number one on my list was knowing your voice. What energy or personality do you plan to bring through your content? And then, are you going to remain your original voice, your original personality? You're going to keep shifting to what everybody doing? No, it's about time people knew their own voice. People know their own where to invest, who is investing in, and actually investing. From time to conversation to story, it's all at the bottom entrepreneurship. It doesn't matter what sector or what level or stage of your life. Once you become entrepreneurship, there's still in line side of the world. There's still high and low vibrational energies on that side of the world. Something I would before they get to putting their stuff on it and creating content for the world to see. I don't do it and then got to be mad when somebody comments something about what they said. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting on it. There's no way I put myself out here, but I cannot receive constructive criticism. I ask for reviews on books all the time. Y'all go check it out on Amazon Kindle, whether people are leaving them or not. They might not leave their open reviews, but this is with anybody. When you become an influencer, you get a big following, you out here, you put in your face, your videos and stuff like that out here. You got to know people talking. Hell, they do it about the celebrities. So what would make you any different? But you cannot stop that. You know, they talked about Maury and Jerry Springer too. You can't stop that. But at least these guys knew they had already found their personality first as individuals, and then they found the personality that they would like to be in character of, or the voice that they were going to be using when it came to their TV shows. Okay. I don't know why I use those. I tried to use like talk shows like Jimmy Kimmel and stuff like that. Because if I take y'all back for a second, this was our content. Magazines, newspapers, and TV show host personalities. TV shows like The Fifth Wheel or Lemonade. Before Flavor of Love, there was a Lemonade. Did y'all know people are even creating their own type dating shows through something like content creation? They might have a speed dating. It ain't even like it, you know, their content creation platforms actually made room for them to start stuff like this, from what I see. And it's the younger generation. They're very intelligent. Like, man, I'm gonna set people up on blind dates and just make a channel out of it. This is how these are the type of opportunities that, like I said, are legally available in the new age of tech. A young brother sit here and start his own speed dating service, his own, and it's very fun. It gets a lot of followings though. What does that show us? People are very into people's reactions of being catfished, or being put on a blind date, or just playing matchmaker altogether. Those type of channels are definitely flourishing. And these are just a group of people who, like the tips I'm going through, very well planned, scheduled, and scripted the type of content that they would like to bring to the world. So you can be as open or uh, creative, or do something somebody else doing. But I would encourage you find your own personality, dig deep, and say, well, what type of content would I like to bring to the forefront, right? Then you're gonna wanna, like I said, we already kind of talked about niche a little bit. Your niche, that would be, what is your niche? You're gonna be on your channel talking about the rappers, the music industry, celebrities, celebrity gossip. You're gonna talk about fashion. What are you gonna be on? You're gonna talk about recipes, or homesteading is another popular type of channels and profiles today, right? You can go to somebody's social media account, and all they talk about is homesteading, farming, growing your own food, canning and storing, right? Those happen to be, actually, why wouldn't you pay attention to that and get in on the money? Those happen to be the most flourishing channels right now. Those talking about how to take care of yourself independently. It's an honest answer. It's just a fact. I hope I'm not stepping on any toes. Those that are talking about how to, put your money up, put a savings up for a rainy day. Stop making so many unnecessary spends. Y'all don't see what's coming in the future. There's right. They talk like this, but people love those channels. Therefore, they're able to make, like we just discussed about those statistics, $1,000 or $5,000 a month because they have 1 million subscribers. It's cool. You want to know your style. Well, you're going to want to brainstorm this. So we talked about finding your personality. We talked about your niche. And these tips here are for somebody like an originator, somebody trying to start their own stuff, right? We talked about how Glassdoor and ZipRecruiter, Indeed, LinkedIn, you can always job search content creation positions for other companies. But this is more for those originators, right? Because let me talk about that too. When it comes to other companies, as it goes, they want to see these qualifications. They want to see your experience, and ain't nothing wrong with it. And sometimes, just being honest, something like content creation and marketing, they pretty much, for the most part, are going to want you to have at least an associate's degree, and possibly a bachelor's, some type of education, just to be a content creator for their business. I'm gonna let y'all kind of take that in for a second. Then they have the nerve to pay you what they feel like you're worth, according to those experiences. Yet companies are still baffled as to why people are still, I don't know, they just walking away from the mainstream workforce because of stuff like this. They're not being paid right. And if they do apply for a content management position, you know what I'm saying? Just to work with you. Well, on the experience side, let's say they passed the background check. Uh, so what's the problem? What's wrong with you guys training the new generation to do things? Like, it's weird. Or turning them away from a job when they tell you, yeah, I have content management experience, but because it was for their own business. Y'all would see a lot about these people call themselves leaders, business owners, hiring managers. I'm telling you. Once they see what you're really about, the experiences you really have. I've had jobs hold deny me after. I'm gonna go ahead and use this as a flex. The flex part is not that I was turned away from many jobs, of course, because of this. The flex part is that I look at it as an honor now. Like, are you really turning me away because you're intimidated by my experiences? You know I'm very well qualified for this job. Again, in the year of 2023, my reaction, though the great resignation happened, just a few years ago and stuff like that, I'm still going to do a reaction video to it because people are still acting confused and want to cry about staff shortages, but they're not telling the truth. They have mentality complexes that are blocking them from receiving help in their business. While you got entrepreneurs out here pushing with their own funding, which is little to none, you know, they're, what was I finna say? It's they're willing to hire, but like I said, we got to get to a certain level before we can even do that. But I've been there before. I've contracted with many other social media, like, I don't know. Let me stay on topic here. Because that's the point. Like when you're growing, like I said at the top, we're networking, we're collaborating, we're trying to find out how if we put these two heads together, how much the money. It's only at the bottom of entrepreneurship, the bottom barrel people there who want to compete with your business. And then it's not just in the world of entrepreneurship. Like I said, you can go to a whole company, go to a whole interview, and I have experience hiring managers truly act like this. After we go over my resume, after we go over my experiences, after we go over why I feel like I would be a good fit for the position. Now, some that would just break and encourage. Oh, nobody wants to hire me after the pandemic. No, I've had plenty. That's why my resume looks like it do. I've had plenty of good positions, but people are tired of just like bowing down, kissing their supervisor's feet because they got a family to take. Nobody, that's still like bondage. I don't know. And we sit here and ask why people are becoming things like content creators, entrepreneurs, freelancers, using their same skills and experiences just to help others, to start their own thing. And they're making something like $1,000 or $5,000 a month on the side. Not me yet, because I don't have a million subscribers, do I? But YouTube allows this. YouTube is a monetization platform. So is TikTok, so is Instagram, and I heard Facebook. Okay. So you got a lot of entrepreneurs have already caught on to this, and they just, like I said, stream content, record content, write, share content all day long. That's one of the pluses, and probably why it's one of the number one type of work around the globe right now. People can also do this from home. And then the other people, when they get off work, they're so burnt out, they're looking for some content anyway to listen to, watch. So that's how this goes, okay? Or some of them, we listening to them on break. I was definitely one of those. With my headphones in, supporting other people's podcasts, listening to it, hitting that like button, sharing things on social media for other people. At work, while I was working for a company. Wow. Okay, so yeah, your style and your brand is going to be something else to kind of plan. We talked about finding your voice, finding your personality, finding your niche. What type of content are you going to be sharing? Then you want to talk about your style and brand. That's the fun part. That's when it get fun to people. Like, what kind of style am I bringing? Am I bringing more of an old-fashioned type? I'm just trying to give y'all an example. Or am I going to be me? I'm going to be a millennial and share my thought. That was more me. That's my style. My brand is something more down to earth. That's what I like to say. We're publishing and marketing me. Makes people think of the Crown Royal symbol when they see our logo. That's what I vision, right? I'm just giving y'all advice too. Know your style and brand that you want to bring to the table. What's going to differentiate you once again from every other social media influencer or content creator? We can definitely see the difference on everybody's channel. Like, oh, this what set him apart from everybody else's channel. This what set her apart from everybody else's channel. This what set that content creator apart. Like, it's going to show for itself, but you got to do your background work, your shadow work. Know your style and brand. Know your personality. Know your voice. Okay? Know your niche. What are you so qualified to talk about in your head? Because that's the thing about it. They can take hiring from you, but they cannot take your life experiences, they can't take that from you. You don't already live. So it is what it is. What you want to have you want to research all platforms. And now I gave y'all a few tips. I dropped some when it comes to how much and how TikTok and YouTube pay the people working on their platforms once they get to so many subscribers. But I am encouraging beginning content creators to Definitely research all platforms. You can even find yourself making a monetization plan. It's also something we do in our business consultations at Crown Publishing Content. We help content creators do this. What did I tell y'all? Our mission is to assist independent writers and freelancers. A writer could be a poet, a film script writer, somebody write plays, somebody write comic scripts, a writer. We help independent ones and entrepreneurs because they might say, look, I want to start a podcast. I want to bring a social media presence. We're here to help you do that anyway. That's why we don't mind dropping segments like this. Okay. I'm going to leave the link in the comments to how you can reserve, pretty much either reserve a slot to showcase your work accomplishments as a entrepreneur. That's another thing we do. So I'm gonna leave a link. You can reserve a slot to become a guest on our show, or you can book a consultation to get this help. You know what I'm saying? To bring your entrepreneurship vision alive. Okay. And yes, a lot of businesses, like I said, even celebrities use Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. It gives us a more personal connection with these people too. It gives the bloggers a job, long as they stay relevant. It gives the podcasters a job, long as they stay relevant, right? So it's all connected in its own way. You want to do the background plan. So yeah, you're going to want to have a monetization plan and goal. And the only way you can do that is to research platforms and how much they pay. Now back to that one I mentioned at the beginning, the content calendar. How often you're posting, sharing, engaging with your followers is going to be, what we call in this world like your content creation calendar. On Mondays and Tuesdays, I create this what creating a content plan calendar could look like with Crown Publishing Content when we help you set that up. Monday and Tuesday, I create content. Okay, because I'm off on Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays are my editing day. I might find myself editing 10 videos on Wednesdays, but you work for yourself, right? Then on Thursdays and Fridays, this is when I choose to share what I've been working on. On the weekends, we have live segments. Whatever your content creation calendar looks like, it's going to help you go further to kind of have this together. Even if you put that plan together for the first 6 months of you launching that podcast or that social media, you know what I'm saying, content, you definitely want to feel around. You want to track the performance metrics of your content in those first 6 months, possibly, so you can see what's working, what's not, if your plan that you originally put together for the first 6 months is going according to plan, right? So boom, that's it. Okay. A lot of people on Google, this is one of the #1 search questions, by the way. How much can a content creator potentially make a year? And I was astonished at the numbers I saw here, but I wanted to share them with y'all. A very persistent content calendar planning creator can find themselves making anywhere from $38,000 to $99,000 a year. Goals! I had to throw that in there. Funny joke. Goals! And if you're the type to give up just because the money ain't there, or you don't want to start it out, because like I'm going to tell y'all, most platforms, it's absolutely free just to and keep going. The money don't make itself. 38,000. Y'all listen to it. 99,000 a year. And like I say, most content creators either already had a business or they were able to launch something, a service, a product. Most channels have merch when it comes to YouTube or online boutiques and stuff. Their people can go shop at, their followers, their subscribers. This is, like I said, for beginning people, somebody who might be interested in getting off into it. These are just good things to know. You want to also make sure you research pretty much content creation tools. Some of us, it shows. Some use the free tools, the free apps, the free connections. Some, it shows. They actually invest into their background. They invest into, they actually plan like, oh, okay, I'm going to go cover content in Europe today. Next week we're going to Asia. Next week we're going to Africa. You can't work for yourself and do that type of stuff though if you had no plan to start with. You had no budget. These people have to buy the cameras. They got to buy the equipment. They have to invest in their passport. When we talk about these vlog type of content creators, they truly do invest in themselves, but it's something that you might want to think about going into if you're looking for a side gig hustle to change your life in 2023 or to help push your business. The content creation tools could look like video editing, music editing, if it's something like music that you're sharing with the world, photo editors like stock images, where you're getting them, even stuff like stock images cost money. Like if you're not in this world of entrepreneurship, you cannot speak on it. It could look like they just sit back and record videos. Like, do y'all know how much work comes with that for any social media influencer or content creator? So yeah, that's just another one of my tips. You want to have those content creation tools. Some of you guys are hairdressers. You do this anyway. You do this anyway on a why are you not recording your work? At least giving yourself an opportunity to make some of this new age tech money. Many women are into fashion hair, like you can't miss it. Or you want to start a baby line or something. I got so many ideas for people. For real. I be seeing it on them, but that's why I'm learning to balance myself too. You cannot see somebody potential for them. Sometimes you see it, but you cannot make them invest in it. You can't make them work towards it. You can't, I mean, I can do these type of streams. It doesn't mean anybody's going to take the information. But like I said, the ones who know, that's why they're already making money creating content. Like I said, I feel like I'm me because I have no problem sharing or helping other people turn on. It's played out. They used to say, oh, you don't sell the game or you don't tell nobody. I understand. But if you're making a business out of helping people, y'all cannot talk to them people the same way, telling them, oh, the game is to be sold, not told, and all this. Baby, y'all are trying to hold on to old sayings in a new era. That's number one. Like, yeah, we're selling the game today. We're selling a game, but we can tell it too if it's going to help somebody. So millions of podcasters are already doing it. Many people, like, why get so excelled in an area of your life, but you plan on never giving back, never helping another young person learn how to do what you do? Like, that's crazy to me. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say about, tips for beginning content creators in 2023. For now, if you'd like to learn more about my mission to assist independent authors and entrepreneurs in 2023, feel free to visit my website, www.contentcrownpublications.com. I will once again leave that link in the comments for how you can book a consultation to share your work accomplishments as an entrepreneur on our show. If you want to check out previously recorded segments with entrepreneurs just like you, just go through my videos or check out Spreaker. I'm going to leave that, my separate podcast, off of YouTube. Spreaker, Spreaker Spreaker.com/show/5379253. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Spreaker, Spreaker. It's like you're spelling speaker, but with an R in between the P and E. I'm sorry, the P. How do this go? I can't think this morning. Spreaker, Spre. I don't know why they threw that R in there, but that's the platform I use, right? We're not here today to talk about podcast platforms, though. But maybe I'll do a part 2 because it'll help somebody who's trying to start one. But I do encourage you too, if you're thinking about going the direction of content creation, join groups or follow people that's already on it and get your creative juices flowing. Let that inspire you. So yeah, I'm gonna leave a link to how you can book a consultation in case you or your business might need assistance with some content management this year. Or you want to talk to me about creating your own content, we can talk about that, okay? Or you want to consultation because you're ready to publish a book, because that's what we do over here. I'm using the end of this live to remind everybody what we do outside of YouTube. Um, because what I'm about to do is begin accepting manuscripts again, uh, for consideration of publication for those that might be interested. We edit, we revise, we format, we digitally format. We can help you publish a whole digital book or help you get those print copies going. Okay. Then we help you put a marketing plan together to promote your book or work after that's done. So we do a lot. Like I said, y'all can learn more about us at www.contentcrownpublications.com. Find out how you can support us, leave a donation. My Cash App tag is at the bottom of the screen right now. What else was I gonna tell y'all? That's all I'm gonna share for now. Thank you guys for tuning into another live segment with the Crown Content Publications YouTube channel. We're publishing and marketing meet. I'm gonna leave those links in the comments. How to book a consultation, how to access other live streams with uh, independent and professional authors just like you. Thank you for your support. Give this video a like, share with a friend. Um, and then y'all subscribe so you can just follow future streams. Have a happy Tuesday out there, guys. We love you.